Good day, folks. I wanted to chat a little bit about a book called Helping Without Hurting. Lisa and I have been working through this book with a group from our church in preparation for a short-term mission project, and but it contains just so much that I wanted to share around local mission and longer-term work too. So, what is our mission? Now, I jotted down sharing Christ, demonstrating love, and bringing hope. And your answers may vary depending on what area of service you're in, depending on how you are approaching this, and whether your motivation is more focused on helping people, or your motivation is more faith oriented. There's going to be some variety there. But here's what our mission statement says. It says to share God's love with neighbors in need through friendship and tangible, compassionate assistance, with immediate helps and ongoing supports for new beginnings and ongoing life change. I still like that. Our mission statement emphasizes, though, that assistance part, the service, the programs, all those things, but all of that is really intended to direct people to right relationship with God, with others, and with self. So I would encourage you to go to our website and click on a tab, and you'll find the About tab, About Us, I think, and click on Values and read through that, because that peels back those layers a bit more and will give you a more complete understanding of really what the heart of VCO is. Very often we get lost in the work of trying to alleviate the symptoms of inner poverty of heart, perhaps, and we lose focus of the mission when that happens. And that mission is to get to that deeper cause of brokenness and disconnection. The poverty we encounter in others, in ourselves, and around us is very often a symptom of something that could result in being homeless or addicted, even mental health issues, and more broadly, as a sick society, it can result in systemic oppression. So the book quotes a fellow named Bryant Myers, who wrote a book called Walking with the Poor. And he says, poverty is the result of relationships that do not work, that are not just, that are not for life, that are not harmonious or enjoyable. Poverty is the absence of shalom, or peace, in all its meanings. So listen to that again. It's quite a quote, actually. We have frequently witnessed that loneliness, despair, and disconnection are really kind of the heart of this. And there's a deeper kind of poverty and sense of loss there than having immediate needs met, than even hunger or homelessness. Now, there are situations we have to make sure their people are warm and fed, and so they don't die. So that's a big part of the response. But we want to always remember, let's make those connections so we can build relationship, and it's in relationship that really God works in and through us. So there's a poverty of spirit that cannot be remedied by any amount of programs, even the good programs, but only ultimately what we're hoping for, what we're advocating for, is that real kind of connection, that real kind of that lights on connection with divine love. And really it is love, isn't it? It's love that works towards fruitful and productive and healthy living, and the absence of love does the exact opposite, and it manifests itself in all sorts of different ways. And the book reported that people in extreme poverty, there was a group of 600 who were polled on their definition of poverty. And this was interesting. It's only 1 in 10 of the people polled thought that poverty had anything to do with material needs. The rest of it was all relational. It was about, they saw poverty as disconnection more than anything else. As we continue to learn, and I hope we are still learning from every situation and every person we meet, serving really begins to mean a being with. In the ministry sense, we would call that incarnational ministry, or being with, just as Jesus demonstrated that idea that God comes down and becomes one of. And so it's not about those being above those who have less materially or are less powerful than us. Less people just that there are people that have temporal advantages in life, and there are people with temporal disadvantages in life. And we had a situation, well, this has happened before, and maybe you've had that. There's times, I mean, you're going to make connections with people. There's going to be people who come through the door. You're going to just fall in love with them, and you're just going to adore them, and you're just going to want to just be so excited for change in their lives. And that can be heartbreaking. There's going to be other people you don't connect with as well. But we've had volunteers at times really upset that people were not, didn't express gratitude, didn't seem thankful. And, but we don't, from a servant's perspective, we don't demand that people express thanks to us. So much dignity has been robbed and stolen, really, from folks by the time they end up homeless and addicted and on the street, and who knows how many ways they've compromised their values and a real sense of self. And so, but we've had that happen where volunteers have been, well, I'm not going to volunteer anymore because people didn't say thank you. And we have to remember that if we are, by the grace of God, in a place where we're healthy enough to be able to help others, then we need to be really careful that we aren't doing it out of ego or out of wanting to feel better and all those things. And it does feel good to help, and it is wonderful when someone comes through, but we need to really weigh that out. And a book like this kind of helps you get into those the motives behind our service. As described in our organization's values, ministry is a sacrifice, or maybe you're more comfortable thinking of it as simply our gift to the honor of God and others. And you may recall from Jesus' teaching the commandment, love the Lord your God with all your mind, heart, soul, and strength, and your neighbor as yourself. So that love of God and love of people are forever woven together. So we all have a mix of undergirding perspectives and motives, and this book, this teaching, this discussion really helps us check those things out. And so I'll continue to summarize on this channel, the Connect Outreach, where I have some Connect Outreach videos. What I'm trying to do is convey the vision, the mission, the philosophy, if you will, and to encourage you and understand there's something more to this. So I'll keep doing that. But if there's a desire to do, if you have a desire to be part of a group discussion on some of these things, to kind of dig a little deeper into your own soul journey, spiritual journey, I'm more than happy to do that at some point. We can do another one, but we're just doing it with a few of us right now, and it's hard. Even it definitely needs to be a small group because to get really into the deep parts of this. So regardless of where you serve, whether you're involved with shelter or outreach, or the food program, or the thrift store, which, exciting news, we've got a new place. So I'll just close in saying that, go on our website. I'll have the link in the post on our volunteer page. And really appreciate you, each one of you. And I can picture lots of faces skirting through my mind right now. And man, I'm really blessed to know the folks who are going to hear this video. And so thank you for your service and your time and your friendship to me and to others. God bless.